So what we've got here is a guy, I believe, who goes by the name of Stuart Reynolds. He calls himself a comedian. I don't think he fits the bill of a comedian, which is supposed to make us laugh, Candace, but nonetheless, he considers himself to be a comedian. And he put out this video with the intention of making us laugh, and really it's just quite embarrassing and cringy. And he's trying to, I guess, start the initiative of the left to take back the Canadian flag, as you said. Let's watch this clip, and then we can pretend or try to laugh at this horrible video. But let's watch this clip.
Do you want to fly the Canadian flag, but don't want people to think that you're a hot tub in the streets and a freak in the tweets? Don't worry. Now, there's a solution. Just fly the flag. Canada doesn't get everything right, but we're trying. The Venn diagram of being Canadian and dumb by choice does have some overlap. But thankfully, it's not just two circles on top of each other. So if you want to fly the maple leaf, go right ahead. We know you're not a jerk, eh?
So I just will say this. There's nothing more obvious than a fake A in a video. You cannot fake that. You can't pretend to say A because it's so obvious that you're just trying really hard. And it's just a really sad attempt, Candace, at trying to, I guess, kickstart this retaking over of the Canadian flag. I think that's why most people don't laugh at leftists. It's impossible for them to be funny.
Well, it's usually them just hitting you over the head with their political view, as you pointed out on Ratioed a few times, that, comedy on the left is basically just them telling you their pronouns and demanding that you adhere to their worldview. But this was had all the hallmarks of cheesy Canadiana, like a 1990s beer commercial or something like that. I didn't really get the punchline, but look, I think Canada Day, or Dominion Day, as I like to call it, should be an apolitical holiday. We should all put our political differences aside and try to find some unity in our country, in our great country, celebrate the important things that we've done and the contributions, and not dwell on the sort of political differences that we've had here. I guess this sort of does that, although he takes so many hits at people who he disagrees with, who he calls dumb by choice. So I guess it's better than them canceling Canada Day, but I don't know how much better. Of course, the CBC didn't like this video either. One of their reporters over in London tweeted the video and just kind of reiterated the whole leftist nonsense about how flying the Canadian flag is complicated. The convoy protest used the flag. And because of that, the flag is problematic and racist and all the same nonsense that we've been hearing over and over again for the last year or so, Harrison. So they really can't help it. Even when you have someone on the left trying to say, let's take the flag back and let's all be patriotic, you still have the annoying host of CBC London's morning show, lecturing us about historical systemic racism or whatever, and how we just can't celebrate Canada because some bad things happened a couple hundred years ago or something like that, and therefore we should all just feel guilty forever and be punished for the sins of our grandparents or not even our grandparents if we are the children of immigrants, people who chose to come to this country. Like they can't get past their collectivized guilt and identity politics they're just obsessed with. So no surprise that it's back again for Canada Day this year.
Yeah, and you know what? I think the best thing you can do to really get under the skin of Justin Trudeau, Candace, and people like this CBC journalist is to be unifying behind the flag. Be proud of Canada and hug your neighbor regardless of their politics. That's what they don't want you to do. That's what Trudeau doesn't want you to do. Instead, he wants to politicize Canada Day, and I think the best thing we can all do is be proud of our country, put our politics aside, and just take a day to be happy to be in one of I still believe to be one of the greatest countries on earth. And that I think is the best way to stick it to people like Justin Trudeau and those that want to try and divide us with the CBC.